Marez fins. You guys already know that I'm a Marez fanboy. And I've got a slew of different Marez fins here. But this video is not necessarily about the fins. It's going to be about the individual strap system. Such as the MRS, mechanical release system. It's just a strap. It's got a quick little release on it. We've also got the bungee system. It's just a bungee strap. That's all it is. We've got the integrated spring straps where they're built into the fins. And then we also have the alternate spring strap system that's built into the post itself. Now, whichever one's going to be your favorite, that's going to be the one that I suggest that you use. But I'm actually, in today's video, I'm going to explain why none of these are my favorite and what I'm actually changing to. What's up, guys? It's Bryan again from XS Scuba and Marine. If you are new to our channel, do me a huge favor. Hit this little subscribe button over here and ding that little bell as well. That way you guys are going to be notified every time we upload new content. Now, I have two of my personal set of fins here. This is my Avanti Quattros here. This is what I pretty much do 99% of my diving in. I teach in these fins. I tech dive in these fins. I absolutely love these fins. Personally, I believe they're the best fins ever made. But I also have my work fins here. Now, my work fins are the Marez Power Plana. They are just basically a solid rubber fin. They are extremely heavy duty. They are extremely heavy, so they help me when I'm doing a lot of bottom work to literally pin me to the bottom and things like that. But another thing that I really like about them is they're short. I can literally walk normal while wearing these fins. And a lot of times, say in public safety diving or salvage work, sometimes we are either walking on the bottom or even at the surface, we are walking normally even wearing normal or a set of dive fins. Now, typically you're not going to be doing that, but in the line of work that we do it all the time. But there lies a problem with these fins. If you notice, these fins have just a standard generic style post or a universal post on there. And actually, all of Marez fins has that same universal post. So if I take this other Avanti Quattro here and I pop off the bungee, you'll see that universal post. Now, the great thing about the universal post is basically I can put whatever strap system I want. So this is from the older Marez XR line. It's just a standard spring strap from their system. And I can very easily snap this spring strap on, turn it into position, put my pin in, and it's going to work fine. The downside to this, and I've actually already made a video where I showed you why I went away from the older XR line and I went into the newer XR lines, and I'll link that video up top for you as well. But notice the difference in the design. You'll notice that the older was more flat at the front to where the newer style actually has a higher wall here. And you'll also notice that the position of the bolt that comes through on the newer version, it's lower insetted into it. So what that prevents is this from sliding off. And I'll show you what I mean by sliding off. If I put this older spring strap on, get it into position, as I turn it, you will notice that it's already wanting to start to pop out right there. And even if I put this pin in it, that pin is high enough that it just allows this to basically fall off. And I didn't want that. So I did actually switch these out to the new ones. And with the new ones, obviously, I can rotate them all day long. They're not going to come off. And it's a much better system. Until you start constantly rotating them, putting torque on them at a regular basis, which in public safety diving, a lot of times, as I stated, we are walking in fins. And a lot of times when you do that, this solid metal beam or bar here at the bottom will actually cut through the post itself. And if we take a quick look at the one I took the bungee off, even just putting this on, just one time, sliding it on, you will notice where it has already cut into the post itself there. All right, so I do believe that this is a fatal flaw with the newer XR spring straps from the Marez XR line. Now, don't get me wrong, I still love them. I use them on my Avanti Quattros, and I'll continue to use them. However, on my work fins get a little bit more wear and tear than what my, say, teaching fins and fun diving fins are. So I'm actually going to be changing these out because I don't want to actually cut this post, because these fins get a lot more torque and a lot of more wear and tear than what, say, my teaching fins do. So I'm going to be changing these out, but I do want to stay with the spring straps. So what am I going to use, you ask? Well, I'm actually going to go with a company called XS Scuba. And they make these heavier duty spring straps. It's got a lot bigger pull tab here. So you'll notice on these, you just got a little pull tab on the bottom. This has a much heavier duty rubber pull tab. And it also has these little cinch quick release tabs. So I can pull this off. This is made of Delrin plastic, so it's very, very strong and durable. And it will fit a universal post. So all I've got to do is simply snap it on, and then I can snap the spring strap on. And this is going to give me a couple of different advantages. One of the advantages is I'm not going to be tearing up my universal post. The second advantage is a lot of times when I'm wearing a dry suit for work and my foot gets suctioned up into that foot pocket, sometimes it's difficult even in a dry suit to bend down and pull it off my foot. So this is going to allow me to very quickly release it. The strap will just swing over to one side. I can get my fin off a lot easier than what I normally could. And then, of course, I can snap it back together and be right back in business if I need to. So we're going to get these installed really quick. I'm going to show you just how easy it is. And then I'll kind of give you some final thoughts at the end of, even though that I'm taking these off of, say, my work fins, why I'm still choosing to leave them on my fun diving fins instead of changing them as well. Alright guys, before I change them out, I do want to show you something really quick. Mares actually has 3 lines of the Power Plana fins. They have the standard black Power Plana fins that comes from their XR line. They also have a new light version that comes in, I believe, black, orange, and white. And then they have their camo series here. Now the camo series, one of the things I personally like about it is the spring straps are actually built into the fin itself. So you can see the spring goes through. You have a little bit of adjustment. It's about, say, 3/4 to a full inch of adjustment on both sides. So the spring straps is kind of universal. You can change the size on it. And I really, truly like this system. And the reason I'm choosing not to go with this system and to stick with what I got and simply change the straps out is really 2 parts. One, to get this style of system from the Mares XR line, you either got to go with the camo fin, which does look really cool, but I don't really care too much for a camo fin. And the other reason is the only other 3 that you can get come from the light line. So they do make the light version in black, but I don't want the light version. I need a heavier fin for the type of diving that I do. And so unfortunately, it's either camo or black. I've already got the black, so we're going to simply swap those out, and I technically don't have to buy a new set of fins. Alright guys, to take the strap off of the Power Planas, whether you've got the older, say, spring systems like these right here, or you got the newer ones, you're only going to need 2 tools. You're going to need a screwdriver, and you're going to need a pair of pliers. Now, I'm just using my Gerber tool here, and I've just got a standard Phillips head screwdriver. All I'm going to do is hold this nut here in the back, alright, just like that, and this other side has a little screwdriver bolt, just like where my thumb is there, and I'm going to stick this in to the end. And I'm going to unscrew it till the nut comes off. Just like that. Nut comes off very easily. I can push that bolt out. And this one comes off very easy. Now I am going to go ahead and replace this. This is just going to be an extra set of spare fin straps that I'm going to take with me, just in case something happens to the other ones. And it's always good to have a set of spare straps anyways. So we're going to do the same thing on this side here. Hold on to that one. Oh, wrong one. Onto the front one there. Screwdriver here on the back. Just turn it till our nut comes off. Okay, so our nut's off. Lay it down. Push our little pin out. Slide forward. And very easily, that one's out as well. Let's go ahead and get this replaced so we don't lose them. Put our pin in. Screw our nut back on. That strap's off, ready to go. And now we can go ahead and open up the package here. We can get these other straps out. Take our buckles out. Take our straps out. Don't need the packaging. And we're going to go ahead and disassemble the quick cinch there. We're going to install this onto the fin. So all we do is just slide it on top so it goes down in. Just like so. And I'm just going to pull it upwards till it snaps. That one's in place, ready to go. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. I'm just going to line it up, push it down, pull it forward, hear the snap, and then we can very easily snap our quick cinch buckles in. Just like that. And then, of course, if I need to, I can put my dive boots on. I can put my dry suit with the boots on as well, and I can test the fit. Now, I already know what size I need there. So those are assembled. And now, once again, got my fin on. It's going to be nice and sturdy. It's going to prevent any type of parachuting. It's going to be a good solid spring strap. It's not going to get damaged in any way. It's not going to break. Now that these buckles are snapped together, the Delrin plastic's going to hold very well with them. And then if my foot does happen to get stuck in there, or maybe my belly won't let me bend down to get my fins off, all I got to do is just squeeze in on the quick cinch, pull my foot out, and I am going to be good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and get the other one strapped on really quick, and then I'll give you some final thoughts on why I'm actually leaving the older style spring straps on my teaching fins. Alright guys, there you go. Got both of my straps changed out. It's very simple, not hard to do, and they work great. Now I've already sized these, so I know they're the right size for me. But yeah, it's a very simple fix. Unfortunately, as I stated before, the older XR straps had a fatal flaw that they came off all the time. Marez did fix that with these higher wall, and they also changed the position of the pin to prevent that strap from coming off or the buckle from coming off. But once again, the problem there is if you put too much torque, this metal will actually cut through that, say that rubber or that silicone post there, and it can cause a complete failure underwater. If your post goes away, your strap's not going to hold on, neither will your fin. Now they did try to rectify that with the built-in spring straps, which is an awesome design, and to be honest, I prefer this over all the other options. Unfortunately, I didn't really care too much for the camo fin. I think it's a really cool design, just didn't need it. And the light version, which comes in both black, orange, and I believe white, I didn't want the lighter fin. I wanted a heavier fin. So my option, obviously, was to go with the XS Scuba version. And I've used these plenty of times in the past. I know somebody's going to say, but plastic, it's a failure point. Even this back part here is plastic where it connects to the spring. It'll break. Guys, you know, I've been in this industry for 37 years, and I've never had an issue out of these quick cinch buckles. Even on BCs, I've never had any issues out of them. And I do some pretty extreme diving. I'm not just talking about recreation and technical. I'm talking about commercial, salvage, and public safety. I put my gear through dives that you couldn't even imagine, and I've never really had an issue with these quick cinch buckles. So the whole failure point is pretty mute with me. But I'm pretty impressed with how these worked in the past. I'm pretty sure I'm going to be impressed with how these work as well in the future. And I also like the fact, once again, that it's got a strong rubber pull tab here, and it actually covers more of the spring strap than what you think it would. So if those are so great, why am I sticking with the, say, the second series of the XR straps on my teaching fins? Why am I going to do that if I believe that these are much better? Well, in short, these still work. They're really good straps, and if you're not putting too much torque on them, which the average diver, either recreational or technical, you're not going to be putting that much torque on it like we do in commercial and public safety and stuff like that. So I'm really not worried about it. And if you look at these, I've had these fins since, I believe, 2012, 2013, 2014, something like that, and they are just completely worn through. You can see where they've been eaten alive. And they're still in good working order. I'm going to say that I'll probably get another maybe 5 years out of these. They are starting to tear right here a little bit. And eventually I'm just going to be replacing these. So it doesn't matter on these straps, because when I replace them, I'll just simply replace them and get another set of these straps. So it's not a big deal that I replace these. But yeah, these fins have been absolutely great. And so when they finally do wear through, I'll just buy me a new set of fins and not worry about it. But guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it kind of explains why we do certain things, especially in the branch of diving that we're in, the whole public safety and salvage and commercial side. We do things because it's a tried and true method. It works, it's durable, and it makes our dives a little bit more comfortable, but makes them a little bit more efficient too, getting in and out of your fins. But yeah, check them out from XS Scuba. They come in several different sizes, and even XS makes some with buckle systems like this as well. But I really think that the cinch clip is going to be a little bit better for me for what we do. But guys, let me know down in the comment section below, what do you prefer? Do you like the spring systems? Do you like the, say, the bungee systems here? Like that, the bungee systems? Or do you like the older strap systems? What is your favorite strap system for your fins? Definitely let me know down in the comments. If you got any questions, comments, or concerns, drop me a comment down below and we'll try to discuss. But until our next video, guys, take care. God bless. and I'll see you in the next one.